YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Dizzy3, and today I'm going to show you guys how I made this synth in Vital. Now before we get into this, I would really appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, and commented on the video, and shared it as well, because it really helps the page and what all I'm trying to do. So now I've been over that, let's get into it. It's actually quite simple. This is what it looks like when you first get there. We're gonna come in here, basic shapes, square wave, turn the transpose down all the way to 24, turn the level all the way down, put an LFO on the level, turn both these things in the phase off, you don't need any of that, and your first part is done. But it's gonna sound like, let's go in here and change this to 1/4. So that's what you're going to have there. Then you're going to come over here to the effects section, and this is where all the magic kind of happens. So first thing you're going to do is turn this distortion on, go to the down sample, turn it to about 2 o'clock. Then what you're going to do is turn this filter on, make sure it's on pre, not post, not none, pre. And then what I did was I put another LFO on the cutoff, and I have the drive turned to about here. So that's like the basis of the sound right there. Let's see. And if you play with these knobs, the cutoff and the drive, you can get some different sounds. One thing I like to do whenever I'm doing this is put macros on them, so that way I can get through all the frequencies or all the parts of the knob that I want to get to without actually moving the knob itself. So I'll put one on there and one on the cutoff, but I'll move it down a little bit just in case, to about right there. So now sounds really good right there. So the next thing I'm gonna do is come in here and put some of the chorus on it, drop the frequency all the way down, and I usually play with the depth a little bit. Also, I put a macro on it as well, just so that way I can kind of play with it and see if I like it in a different area than I had it. And then my last favorite thing that I like to put on it, or well, put an EQ, the band, cut right around there, and let's see. It really just helps kind of clean it up with the band on it. It might just be me though. And then lastly, I'll put a delay on it. My favorite part, turn it down anywhere between 10 and 35 is good. And just kind of play with them and see what you get. And if you want it to change a little differently with the way the YOY is going, you can just change the LFO of the cutoff right here. So you can really get a lot of sounds out of just something simple like this. Another thing in the last part that I like to do is put an LFO on the pitch modulation. You can get some really gnarly sounds. I usually put just like a small amount of it on it and just play with the sounds and see what I get. So that's it for this part. Then I wrote it. I did a bunch of post-processing to it. Just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. There was something around here was sticking out. I might have to go through and redo these. Just a small amount of OTT. Cut out the very low end. Did a serious cut around here because that was something sticking out I didn't really like. Let's see. Put another OTT on it to get back some of the mids because as you can see, they're kind of low down here. Did some mid-side EQing just because a lot of times the low mid frequencies kind of like ring out and sound a little weird and sound a little overpowering for your synth. And then I just did another like EQ, one last EQ, but I could probably change it a little bit. And so without it, with it, as you can tell, it kind of cleaned it up. So yeah, that's how you make the YOY synths in Vital. This drum beat's kind of whack though. But I hope you guys really learned something from this video. Comment, like, subscribe.